That was
What is that?
that was an unusual move that Mo did.
Oh,
I've done similar things.
Yeah.
But usually not to that extent.
Not a little dance?
I mean, that had a little more
Rhythm.
and just intensity.
Right, yeah.
Like it was the strike to the ground. Like I'll sometimes do like one of those.
Oh, but I went.
It was a slap.
Yeah.
It was a slap, and
it's a bit much.
You know, no, I know what you're doing. I actually know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's like when you gotta psych yourself up.
You're doing the guy we talked about it before. The guy who's doing the meditation where he doesn't budge for hours at a time. It's before when you know you're gonna be in a spot for a while. You're like, let me get some moves out.
Yeah.
Let me feel some joints here. Let me get something going. Especially with the legs like that. You're like the blood. You sent the blood.
You send it right down there.
Down and back. How you doing, Will?
Good.
Yeah. There was a stressful set of things that happened yesterday when we got you on the car topic. Yeah. And it was even the aftermath because you walked all the way over there and you're like, guys, tell me what you really think. And I was like, whoa. I was like, damn. It was, I thought we were
off the air.
Well, I thought we were goofing.
Yeah.
I thought we were just, chatting.
Yeah.
I thought we were, a couple of guys in the world having a time. And then you walk all the way down and you go, guys, tell me what you really think. Like that. And I was like, oh, crap.
This is stressful for
we
him.
gotta help Willie do out on this one because it's hurting right now. It's pain is what it is. It's frustration. And that's not what we want here. See the exhale? That's not what we want. We don't want this type of pain. And
I actually put a post on Twitter.
I saw your post.
You did.
You put a poll.
What did you say?
Yeah. He used my favorite emoji, which I highly recommend. It's never wrong for anything, which is the skull. And then he put the Ford Bronco at the top and he put the Tesla Model 3 at the bottom.
Okay.
And as you can see by the results here, 623 votes, 20 hours left. I mean, it might get tighter, but it's almost a coin flip.
It's really tight.
It's almost a coin. It's like it's Willie Doo's mind.
Yeah.
Right now, he's a 53% Tesla and he's a 46% Bronco.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that so wonderful how accurate that is? That's the dilemma.
So close.
What did Fotis pick? I'm curious.
He wants the Bronco.
He wants the Bronco, which that's like he's a tech fan as well, and like it's tough for anybody because you want to be on the cusp. You want to be adopting the new technology. It's tough. I will say I'm going to add something to it. I'm driving with my kids. I'm driving my kids to school, and I tell them about your dilemma. Yeah. And I say, guys, Willie Doo is considering not taking that Bronco and going for Model 3 instead. You want to take a guess what their reaction was?
I'm assuming that they're going with the Bronco.
They were devastated.
Yeah.
Devastated. like somebody had died.
Oh no.
It's something inside of them was missing and gone for good. They just, I think many people had painted a picture of you in this Bronco and everybody loved that picture.
Yeah.
And we can't, and it was tough to, it was interesting, their reasoning. And I think it's kind of, when it comes to, well, people, but kids as well, kids are inherently less practical, right? They want everything to be cool. And the cool factor on a Bronco, especially because it's such a new silhouette on the road, it's just like, ooh, Bronco. The Model 3, I don't know, it might be the most popular car in this neighborhood. If you were to pick one car.
Yeah.
It's just so ubiquitous that I think for them, no matter how cool something is, no matter how great something is, once there's that many, they're just like, oh, it's there it is. I know that thing. And they don't know this thing. So this thing is going to be more exciting for that reason. And I think the same thing stretches into how you use the thing. It's also very obvious how you will use a Model 3, what the parameters are. It's a pretty typical mode of transportation, minus the fact that it's electric. Whereas with this one, it's way more versatility in how you will engage with it. Who knows what you might do? It's all about this type of proposal. So But I love the storyline. I think we should take the storyline in a very happy way, in a very exciting way. That's how we take the storyline. This is fun stuff, Will.
Yeah, I
No
try to be
frustration.
optimistic about
No
it.
frustration.
No.
We're having fun here.
Yeah.
Good. And and if you don't like the Bronco, I'll take it. So don't worry
Okay.
about that either.
Yeah.
I'll line right up right behind you. Speaking of Tesla Model S, we have this update that took place or will take place soon. We have reports. This all started on Twitter, actually, with a video clip. And honestly, this riled me right up, but it riled me in a good way.
Okay.
It as Kirk would say, it torqued me. It totally blindsided me because these are things that I need. I need these things if I'm going to fall back in love with this Model S. I need these minor improvements because you start to get to know something, you know? And there'll be little annoyances as you grow.
So it's beyond the motorized tilting screen?
Beyond.
Oh, okay.
Beyond. Well, possibly beyond.
Because you can modify the screen right now with a swivel.
Yeah,
I watched a video on it.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. So
Yeah.
so let's just break it down exactly what's going on. Let's go ahead and break it down what's going on.
Okay.
Latest generation display, because that guy's going 3 and Y, but we're talking about the S specifically here. There's the guy Monroe on YouTube who does teardowns of these vehicles every time they're brand new. And he noticed a while ago, oh, wow, all the components are in the new Model S, the latest refresh, to have the screen tilt. The only thing that was missing were the tiny little motors to make it possible. Just one small piece of hardware. For what reason? I don't know. Is it cleared by highway traffic or some certification process? Is it planned obsolescence?
Wait a minute. Like, the motors are already in there?
The only thing missing is the motors.
Oh, okay.
So that means you've got your actuators, you've got your mechanical components to make it happen.
So there's still hardware that needs to be installed.
In the case of the missing motors. Now, the speculation here is that possibly you could see some models shipping very soon that have them, or possibly people can add them after the fact. But the point being is the plan all along was to have the display do this. And something got in the way of mine shipping like that. And so people saw the software on the screen. You see the software. I mean, you got buttons for this now. You tap.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you're not hacking the software. It's still a lot of questions. I read through a lot of the thread, and it's still a lot of questions why it's enabled on this particular model. But there's something else that has taken place in the front. If you look at the frunk coming up, imagine a powered frunk. Cool. I never used a frunk. Why? Because you got to undo the latch. You got to remember to put it back down. I'm running around the whole car. I'm playing a merry-go-round. I'm playing Ring Around the Rosie. I'm playing musical chairs.
Okay.
I got places to be.
All right.
And the trunk is big enough. But if you got a powered frunk, you're using it. And it's a thing that's missing that's so obvious. Now, this hasn't... I'm going to talk about the Dave Chappelle thing. I know a lot of people are asking about that. Don't worry. I'm going to talk about the Dave Chappelle thing. What's that noise going on? Is that from the clip?
I believe so.
Oh, it's from the clip. Yeah, it seemed like it's in a workshop or something. Now, let me tell you, before we get to the frunk, let me tell you why this display thing is critical. Because when I first got the vehicle, my kids were so pumped because they're playing games on the dash while we're driving. Because they're watching content from the shotgun while we're driving. You got this big, huge display. Now, I know it's distracting. I thought when I witnessed the fact that it was enabled, I thought to myself, oh, God, I'm going to keep my eyes on the road. But I can imagine some people are going to be distracted here. Maybe through this added functionality with the twist, if you have the display pointed at the passenger, you can get the content back while you're driving. So now the shotgun rider can have their entertainment back because it got nerfed They took it out of the software once the people started to complain and the regulatory body started to say, hey, that's dangerous. The feature left, but maybe it could come back now since you have the motor in there. And then on the flip side, maybe by having the display facing you as the driver, you have just a much better perspective than what you currently have, especially on that far edge of the display. So I'm a fan of it. This is good. This is great. Now, powered frunk. Let's get to the powered frunk part.
Is there more footage of it
The
on
frunk?
this guy's channel?
No, not that I'm aware
Or
of.
not channel?
But, well, the
page?
powered frunk thing is an aftermarket edition, just so we're all aware.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a thing that has to be installed after the fact. This is not a thing that they just discovered to be working. The company's called Tesla Frunk, I don't know. I can't even remember the company that installed it. I apologize. It's somewhere on Twitter here. And I was trying to get you to the tweet, but I couldn't even. It was a retweet of the initial tweet. But anyway. So this is a thing that you can install, but it's a thing that should come from the factory, should be an improvement in the future as far as I'm concerned. I think it'll increase the frunk usage. And then, of course, as a byproduct of that, increase people's love affair with their Teslas, because you don't find a frunk on those gas-powered vehicles. You don't find a frunk on that Bronco, do you, Will?
No.
But you got a frunk on these. And look at it's power up, it's power down. It's really lovely stuff.
So
go
wait,
ahead.
the software is in Tesla's like UI, right? Like it's
Well,
not
this-
external
For what?
for that powered frunk. Right?
That's a great question. Why? Where
Because
is
it
that
seems
mapped
like
to?
in this video.
Yeah, he's twisting the screen, but where's the frunk button? No, see, the frunk is.
No, it's in here. See? Right there.
Oh, I think that might be. They might be goofing.
They're goofing?
Yeah, like you're just hitting the frunk button, right? There's still a frunk latch release, but in this case, it's just triggering the aftermarket accessory to lift it.
But how do you get it down then?
The same thing. It's an electronic release, so just hit the frunk button again. Now, I would
Interesting.
suggest that maybe I don't know about the safety aspect of this, because now you've wired the switch to the motor. In which case, if you put an arm in there, does a sensor exist to stop it? I presume it's not very powerful to begin with. And it doesn't have to be as powerful as a trunk release, because why? Well, the frunk is very light. It's just a hood. I mean, it would still not be ideal to have it on your arm, but it's not going to sever it. Well, these are the things I think about.
Yeah, imagine opening up on the highway.
No good. Well, you would see the release there, but it looks like there's a stock number in the window as well, 85. The key is the software buttons for the tilty screen, because there's nothing for that right now. So seeing those software buttons is pretty good. Now listen, all this aside, I still need one thing fixed. I never talked about it on the air. I need to be able to completely turn off regenerative braking. And I know people are angry, and I know people are saying, Lou, this is for your own good. You'll get used to it. You'll get better at it. You'll be so sophisticated with the one pedal. Maybe you're right, but I just want the option. I know I'm gonna deplete my range. I know this. I am not a range. I have zero range anxiety the way I drive these electric cars. Zero on either of them. So I will happily accept the depletion of my range in exchange to be able to just roll freely. I am talking about zero regenerative braking. And I want zero regenerative braking in plaid mode, not chill, not some other predetermined mode. I want some level of granular configurability. I want a full roll option. I want brake, full roll, full nature. And then I want the accelerator.
Why did Tesla take that option out? The like less regen.
Because they want to train everybody. They want to train everybody to learn this new method of input because it's more efficient.
Yeah.
It's more efficient. But I can't, Will. I can't, man. I tried, man. I can't, and I tried, and I can't. And I just, even if I get used to it, even if I make my adjustment, I know for a fact I'm still going to drive other cars that don't do it, and then it's going to trigger me back, and I'm going to be reminded that I actually enjoy the alternative better. If it was my only vehicle, I would have been used to it already. I would have already adjusted. I guarantee it. But the fact that I got to drive like a bigger car with more people in it sometimes, or a truck or whatever, and it has roll, and then I missed just that third input of roll. This is me.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a aftermarket hack.
And by the way,
you can do.
and by the way, I'm not saying I want it gone. I'm not saying regen is dumb. I'm saying I want it on or off. I just
want
want
the
a button. Just give me a button.
Yeah.
I'm asking for a button. It's all great. Sometimes range, when I'm on the Taycan, I got a button.
Yeah.
If I want to go into range mode, right, there's a few things it'll do. It'll drop it lower for reduced drag.
Okay.
It'll put on the regen.
Right.
It'll limit the top speed. All kinds of things happen.
Oh, interesting.
That's fine. If I want to do all that, I'll do all that.
Right. You get to pick and choose when you need certain features or not.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You know, that's what Elon's about, man. And I know I got to send a tweet or whatever, but I will. I'll send a tweet over to Elon. You guys help me out to retweet it or whatever.
He laughs at you.
Because that's the thing. He might just be like, he might be one of these, all user input is error. Remember?
Yeah, he sends you the pregnant man emoji.
Yes, and I get it. Like in most cases, yes, okay. I hear you.
Connor in the chat says auto regen
Yeah.
might be really bad for the winter time, like in the snow.
Yeah, so what happens with auto regen is it gets reduced in the cold weather. And that's by default. You'll see it right on your dash. It'll say your car's regen braking or whatever terminology they use is reduced. And it says drive accordingly or whatever. And so in cold weather, it behaves a little bit more like a regular vehicle. But it's not an electric versus gas. Right? It's not even about engine braking. It's about this electric vehicle versus other electric vehicles, of which I have some insight on it only because I'm driving, at the moment, 2 separate electric vehicles, the Taycan and this one. So I know what it feels like to have a really powerful electric vehicle that grants you the option of regen off, and just how sweet that feels, man. It's like freedom. It's a feeling that I have. It's going to be different for everyone. Maybe I need to have it in track mode all the time. Is that it? Benton is saying, why don't you just put track mode? Does that completely eliminate regen? Sick. I'm going to have to be in track mode all the time. Let's do that. Thank you for that suggestion. That's true. That's the one thing I thought, okay, if I just leave it in track mode, maybe we're going to be all right. I don't know, though.
Okay. Well, going back to
What time is it right now? That's it. That's why we film right away.
Okay.
We go right away, guys. We go right away.
Yeah.
Chit chat.
The caffeine is kicking in.
Chit chat,
right
patty
now.
whack, give a dog a bone. Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong?
All right.
Yes, this is good news. I love the fact that Tesla's always iterating. I love that. And small improvements. If I was before they shipped the hardware that could tilt my screen, might be a little bit pissed. But look at this guy. He's got an aftermarket product by the looks of it.
Yeah. I can't pronounce his name. Derek? But it's like a weird
Yeah,
name.
I know he's got fancy characters, but I think people will know. He's got 86,000 subscribers. He's a Tesla guy.
Yeah. He made his Model 3 able to have a pivoting screen, which is cool.
Yeah, so see,
And it's like an elegant solution.
and actually, this is one topic we talked about yesterday, Will, how because the same reason that my kids are not excited about you getting a Model 3 is one of the things that's really good about it being so ubiquitous is the aftermarket accessories.
Oh yeah, it's nuts.
It's nuts because the market is enormous for it because they're so popular.
Yeah.
Including something like this with some tilt, and that's a nice tilt. That's a nice tilt.
Yeah.
But see,
I mean, it's manual, but
that's fine.
That's
Actually,
fine.
the only problem is that the software is still not going to let him play content for the passenger
right.
because it's not going to know that it's tilted towards the passenger. But definitely for tilting it towards the driver, amazing. Good stuff. Great find. So if you don't have one of the newest generation that has the hardware in it for tilty swivel, you do it aftermarket tilty swivel. Elon Musk bashes Apple once again, says iPhone maker imposes 30% tax on the internet. So he's with Epic, obviously. And it's funny he says 30% tax on the internet because it does reach into other aspects of the internet, like people watching this live broadcast right now who would give us a super chat and 30% would immediately go to Apple if they were watching this on an iPhone. Yes, that's absolutely true.
That's so crazy to me.
Right? So that's even reaching beyond. Now, granted, let me just say for a moment here. Yes, they are the internet mafia. Yes, it's the corner store that needs protection. That's their claim. That's what they say. They say you need some of this Apple muscle. We're the security team.
Right.
Did you want to say something, Mo? I'm fired up. I'm
I know.
going to leave a little. I'm going to just give you some air here. I'm good. I can keep going. But is there something? Go ahead.
I didn't realize how far of a reach this 30% tax had on it. Or, well, Elon Musk says tax. To me, this is like, I have to err on the side of unfair. This just doesn't feel, this feels too much. I get the idea of, well, they're the bouncers of the App Store and whatever is on their platform. They make sure it's safe for you. But 30%, do I feel like that's a good trade? I don't think so. I think that's too high.
So the argument here is that you are on your iPhone anyways. It's one of the few places that a person almost always has their payment system already inserted. Now that what we have to determine is that added ease, is it the reason that people would choose in this case to contribute? In other words, if you took away the easiness with which they could hit a button and buy something, would they still buy something if every single time it prompted them for another credit card? Probably not.
Probably not.
But you're right in saying, okay, there's some convenience. Okay, there's some privacy. Okay, there's some security. What's it worth?
Yeah.
And on what? Because a lot of people are having issues with the recurring nature of it. The recurring payments. I have a subscription to something, and every single time the payment goes, it's 30 points.
Yeah. It's just too high. I don't know what the number is, but that just seems way too high.
You know, it's tough for shows like us out there. Shows like CNN Plus.
We're not CNN Plus.
Thank you for that, Vlad. I almost forgot that we were CNN Plus. Because can you imagine if they get their lawyers, they go back and look at how many episodes we referenced the fact that we were CNN Plus?
Oh, man. You'll be thanking me for when that happens.
One day they reach back. They're like, there are 47 mentions of CNN Plus. 48. Anyway, we've obviously heard Epic's arguments on this topic and many others. In Europe, they've been talking about it. They've been talking about USB-C cables and all types of ways in which Apple kind of creates its own exclusive environment with all of its own exclusive upside for customers and for themselves. But does the average customer recognize how far-reaching this is and where this actually goes? And like in the case of the individual putting the super chat on this show, or the person purchasing something in-game from a company like Epic who develops the game, and essentially the App Store for them is just a portal. It's the same across the board for everyone. Everybody's giving those 30 points, with a few slim exceptions. I guess Netflix cut a deal early on, and others. But I don't know. I think probably, hopefully, there's some sort of a hybrid in the future.
Do we know what, does Google charge for their Play Store or anything like that?
Same.
It's 30%?
Yep, it's the same. The only difference being on Android, you can do what you want. So in the case of, say, Samsung, for example, Samsung can take the OS and still put their own store there. So it's like when you're in the Play Store, but on an iPhone, you can't have some alternative store.
Right, yeah.
Right, and so Samsung would have its own store, and Epic loves it. Epic had all kinds of special collabs with Samsung for that reason, because Samsung was like, oh, it's a bonus to us. Come in our store.
Yeah.
This is not our main money-making thing. And so Epic would put special skins that you could only get through the Galaxy store.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
And in exchange, Samsung would let them process their own payments and not have the cut and whatever else.
They made a deal. They shook hands.
They cut deals out here. I feel like Will was kind of interested in the fact that Elon has changed his picture on Twitter.
Oh, what?
Did you want to say something about that, Will, or no?
Curious. Not sure. What do you guys think?
So it's the Bored Ape?
Yes.
Is that you know what? Actually,
I like this comment too.
oh, so he's taking
trolling?
Yeah, he's taking a shot at him. I don't know. Seems kind of fungible.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, so it's shots fired. So he's goofing on NFTs. I don't know, man. I was reading something yesterday about the NFT market, and not necessarily at the high end, not necessarily at your most collectible, but some of those values are falling.
Rock.
Go ahead, Mo. I believe we're in your territory.
Well, no, this is actually, like, we covered this story a while ago, but I was just so baffled by it. Dorsey's tweet NFT.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think even at its highest bid, it was like $3,000 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, this sold for how many million again? Do you guys remember?
2.5? I actually don't remember.
It's just that's so crazy to me.
So Elon says seems kind of fungible.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
And yeah, why is it so pixelated? I don't think that's actually it. Well, this is half the problem with the thing. You don't even know how to find the actual thing.
What is the real one?
Well,
that's the problem.
48 million?
No, somebody said 2 million.
Okay.
In the chat.
Okay, good.
Which sounds right to me. Good. I am satisfied with this number. Yeah, I don't know. There were a couple that I followed from popular people, and I'm not going to name any, but we're talking about from like 30,000 to $3, $5.
Essentially nothing. Yeah.
And look, for a lot of people who are promoting these things, that's not the end of the world. Like, they have other revenue streams, but for the people, and I don't know who these people are, obviously many of them have plenty of disposable income that are even buying these things.
Right.
But I think just like it's important to talk about the explosion of these new technologies and these things and the success stories, it's like Beeple and whatever else and Bored Apes. It's also important to mention that that's not exclusively what's happening here. And you are having the alternative take place in certain circumstances. So be careful out there is what I would say about this subject, especially now that things have cooled off a little bit.
Right, the hype is kind of...
Be careful out here. And now you got guys like Elon goofing. Just saying.
Do you think that sends mixed signals? Like, his tweet is one thing, but if you're...
Because you're going to look at his profile pic, and then you're going to go, what the hell's up? And then you're going to go to his profile, look at his latest tweet, and go... Yeah. And you're going to be stung the hardest. If you were like, oh, damn, he's in on Bored Ape. And you go investigate, and he's like, he's goofing on me.
Oh, no.
Should I be nervous? And I'm not saying they will be, by the way. I'm not saying that people are going to panic. I'm suggesting that...
he's putting out something.
I'm suggesting that he's an influential person who has played games with crypto before and where it's had a drastic impact on crypto before. Yeah. That's all I'm saying on it, Mo. Hey, Mo, that's all I'm saying on it. And I think he's also partially bitter on crypto because of the bots. All the scams on his replies, all the scams that would target his replies as this person who has tremendous interactions on everything that goes out with 90 million followers. Who are you going to target if you're a scammer? Like, where are you going to go? Which replies you want to be in for sure? His.
Yeah, with the highest numbers.
And what are the best scams for him? It's always crypto. It's always NFTs. It's always the same story in the replies. So it even makes more sense to goof from that standpoint. So,
Will, what's your NFT scale at now?
Yeah, it was a 4. I think it's lower, man.
I think it might be a 3.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think it
dropped down a peg.
I think it took another shot right there, man. I think it took another shot right there. So
Did Elon's tweet influence you?
Yes. Instantly. But
Yeah, guys, we know we like. Okay, by the way, it's not new. Elon's and a weird NFT relationship. We have to remember the moment he attempted or sort of like partially put one out there. He had an
the song.
The song with the rotating graphic, and then he took it down and said, "This doesn't feel right." It was actually going to be an NFT. It was gonna, can you imagine what the bids would have been for it?
All right.
It would have been the easiest money ever. Right at peak NFT, the thing was made. And it had all the meme elements and everything else. By the way, I don't mean meme like how sometimes people say meme the wrong way.
Yeah.
Pronounce it. I mean actually meme-ish. You know what I'm saying, Mo?
Yeah. It's a bit of a joke.
It was right at the peak, and then he took it down and said, doesn't feel right. And then he goes on to say, like, lately, invest only in companies that make things that you like. And if that at any point that changes and they don't, then that's the time to sell. You're like the most
basic advice,
Warren Buffett sounding stuff you'll ever hear from somebody at a tech company. Now, granted, in the case of like you're still how you perceive a quality product depends on your outlook and how technologically proficient you are. So it's like it's not an exact across the board there. With that advice, you still have to be able to gauge what a good product is.
Yeah.
And then the companies that are worth investing in that make those products. But it's definitely it's in some other place than where NFTs are right now. Right now.
Well, let's see what the future has.
Right now. Right now. Grab these Lego Star Wars Day deals before May the 4th ends. Today is May the 4th. So it's a big... imagine you've got a movie franchise that's big enough to have its own day.
It's so big.
That's crazy. If you think about it. Like, what other thing like this has a day? Like a movie that has a day. Where people actually know... I mean...
And it's reoccurring.
May the 4th.
Yeah, I can't think of another one.
It's pretty wild, actually. Who made... Did Disney have something to do with this, or was this before Disney? Create a whole day? Because it's been a lot of marketing around days. They would just be like, it's Cookie Day. Today is National Cookie Day.
Every day has something, isn't it?
Oh, you didn't know it was National Dog Biscuit Day. You best be buying something.
Yeah.
It's Dentist Day. Have you gone to the dentist recently?
So dumb.
There's always a day. Did you know that, Will?
Yeah.
They got so many days. And it's all marketing. But I guess originally most of these holidays were marketing too. They're trying to get you to buy things, right? Hallmark or whoever was making the cards, they had to have all these days.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. I mean, I'm sure there's other history to it, but you know what I'm saying.
You can't deny they're making some money off of it.
Some money to be made.
Wow, so this was a long time ago. 1979.
Ooh.
That's when the movie came out. No, the phrase existed. But on May 2nd, 2019, the state of California legislature voted and officially declared Star Wars Day. It really started to take off like recently. I knew that was recent. I'm sure the saying was out there, but anyway, everybody's got a day trying to market. Mo, you can have your own day. Just pick one. Pick one that nothing else is on. Oh, right, you can't find one because there's something on every day. Anyway, Lego and Star Wars have had such a beautiful relationship. My God. Not just on the actual product, but even the video games and everything else. They go hand in hand, Lego and Star Wars.
They just released a new Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Lego.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, those games are actually kind of cool. Like,
yeah, they're still going.
I played a few of those games. They're kind of cool. Anyway, so they're having special deals. You get the Millennium Falcon. Some of the Star Wars Legos are the most advanced.
Oh yeah, they look really cool. Like look at that one.
Millennium Falcon, Death Star, but most pieces and most complex, you're working on for days.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember which is which, but they because they assume there's adult Star Wars fans as well.
Well, think about it. Like
Look, that Millennium Falcon right there is 1,351 pieces. How long is it going to take you, Mo?
Yeah, it's gonna take too long.
Yeah, you save $32.
Okay.
On Amazon. That's the one, I think. That's like the benchmark for serious Lego challenge.
This is yeah.
I think so. 1,351 pieces? Mm-hmm. How long do you really think, if it was your mission for, like, you're just...
I think it's hard for me to judge. I do puzzles with Nash, and we do like 1,000-piece puzzles, and they take about a week for us to do. Again, we're doing them on and off, so it's like an hour here, an hour there. If this is, and that's 1,000 pieces, 1,300, I don't know, maybe like 10 hours minimum.
It's a different...
It's a different challenge too.
process.
Yeah.
It's 3D,
Yeah.
and you do have the instruction.
Which is more helpful than not having the instructions.
You have the instruction, but it's actually kind of hard. This type of graphic stuff, actually, I find really intriguing.
Okay.
How to draw something in 3D space when you only have a 2D paper.
Yeah.
That a person can quickly look at it and know the orientation. It's like one of those moments where you're building the IKEA furniture and you realize the thing was flipped and you undo it and have to do it back. Imagine having to come up with these graphics.
Yes, that have to be so precise and so like they sometimes will circle little portions and be like, this has to be closest to you. And now continue following the instructions.
But it can be subtle. It's like, oh, that hole was on the outside versus the inside. And that's something that can happen that isn't going to happen with a puzzle. You're not going to have to go back and take a bunch of pieces apart because the one was inserted the wrong way around. But that can happen with Lego. Yeah. So you basically have to get really good at reading their graphic style.
It's like an isometric
That's right.
style.
I would not want to be tasked with having to draw these because it's critical. These drawings are incredibly critical. They're almost medical, like as if you were drawing a procedure or something.
Yeah, very precise.
So precise.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have the same issue at IKEA. So anyway, which one would you go for, Will? Which one do you like out of these ones if you had to do a challenge yourself? Because these all look pretty tough.
You know what? I always wanted an AT-AT.
That's a cool one.
Which is the big boy.
My kids have done that one, the TIE Fighter below.
Okay.
I don't know how many pieces that is. They've done that. They've done the X-Wing. I don't think they did the Millennium. They never... Oh, they did the Vader head.
Okay.
Now that I think about it. But they never graduated to the Millennium Falcon, 1,300 piece. Whatever it was. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want one of those challenges, I guess now's a good time. You get the deal for today only.
Yeah, go check out Amazon.
Oh, by the way, I think there's more than one Millennium Falcon. So check it out when you go to buy it.
I think this is the US and the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the only difference?
I think so.
Okay, good. Thank you, Will.
What is the driver's seat on the other side? Little joke
Maybe.
for Will.
That's a good one. I like that one. Thanks, Mo.
In space?
Yeah.
Driving on the right-hand side of space? Lanes in space? Well, I mean, it is, especially since the origin of that is jousting.
Right. Yeah.
Jousting in your car? That's right.
It makes just as much sense.
Imagine car jousting.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty wild to think.
Is that your window?
It's kind of nutty. Dave Chappelle physically attacked in the middle of his performance in LA. I saw this, I guess I saw the clip this morning. I didn't see it last night. I don't know when it first broke, but some people were, well, everybody's upset about it, obviously, but some people were drawing the connection to the Will Smith thing on Twitter, suggesting that somehow opened the door to the idea of rushing the stage in the first place, that all of a sudden the stage seemed more accessible when after that massive moment in which Will Smith just walked up there. Now, obviously, it's different circumstances. You're at a show, there's security. You probably went through a metal detector. Well, you would have thought you went through a metal detector. This guy actually had something kind of shady on him.
Yeah, I heard he was armed.
Apparently, he had a knife-shaped gun. A fake gun with a knife blade inside. I'm thinking this is one of those novelty switchblade or
Like that
pocket
pokes
knives.
in when
Yeah,
you
where the
touch it?
blade is inside the barrel, and then you like hit a button and it flips out.
Right. Okay.
Kind of like when you have a gun that's a lighter, and you click it, and then
It's kind of cool.
out of the nozzle comes the flame. So apparently he had this. I don't know that they knew this at the moment that he had that on him, but they sure beat the hell out of him afterwards.
Oh man.
His arm is broken. His shoulder looks dislocated.
No, it's just his handcuffs.
Oh,
His
that's
shoulder
it?
was just kind of
Oh, he's just cuffed to
twisted.
the.
yeah.
Can we see the moment right at the beginning?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who filmed that. I think I'm still looking for the best shot.
Okay.
Everyone's just filming on their phone.
Can you do me a favor and just go back to the original? That's a handcuff? Like,
Yeah.
why would you be handcuffed like that instead of the other way?
Not sure. But he's a 23-year-old male, Isaiah Lee.
$30,000 bail.
Bill.
Yeah, that is weird to handcuff that way. I mean, it's definitely painful on the shoulder. His face, he's beat up.
He got smoked.
Why would you do that? Yeah. So silly.
Apparently, Jamie Foxx was on the wing of the theater.
Right.
Yeah.
He came up and they all kind of beat him up. They tackled. Well, this guy tackled Dave Chappelle. He
Right.
didn't pull a knife on him or anything, but he tackled him, and then everyone just rushed. Security beat him up, dragged him out of the stage, and then that's when Dave Chappelle was still kind of shocked, and then Chris Rock came.
I need to just,
And just said it's
before this moves past me on the chat, the car jousting is real and it's on YouTube and it's fun, which is number one. And number two, apparently Vapor Trails has been cross-shopping. He's been shopping a Model 3 and
A Mustang GT.
a Mustang GT. So let's throw that in the mix. No, anyway, he gets to the point of saying you should go Bronco anyway. Or Mustang GT. Which, that's a whole different will do, by the way. Picture him.
In a Mustang.
Yeah, Mustang will do. I wouldn't mind hanging out with that guy.
Yeah.
Imagine he's got the heavy exhaust on it.
And Otis.
He comes rumbling up in that one.
Otis gets really jacked, has gold chains as
Hey,
well.
man, I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, okay. So can you go back to the initial article on the one that you had on Chappelle? Oh, you want to show this clip? Yeah, show this clip
Yeah.
first. I mean, it's not the greatest footage. You see
Whoa.
the impact.
That's a serious tackle there.
Yeah, he goes down after. It's weird that it cuts right before they hit the ground, but
Yeah. There's a lot of audiences that were filming.
you can see from a much further away vantage point. Oh, and then this is the beating afterwards. Or I don't know if we should call it a beating. Obviously, he was struck at one point, but it's hard to... Okay, it looked like someone might have kicked him there. It's hard to tell exactly what is going on there, but he's definitely got beat up. And there were like probably 10 people that came to the defense of Dave, which of course he's got scared.
Yeah.
Of course that's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Also, everybody there is a fan of him. Like everybody who's at this show.
Yeah, well, including you who bought a ticket and he got paid for that.
It just seems like such a bad place to be doing something like
Now,
that.
something really, really good happened after, which is Chris Rock, who happened to be there,
Oh, now everybody comes out for the curtain call.
came out.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx, by the way. Jamie, where you at? Jamie, hold up.
Man, you saw Chappelle live, right?
No,
Oh, you didn't?
no, I wasn't there.
Nothing happened to you, nigga. That's right. Give it up. This is the show. Wait. Nigga, I'm back there. I've been doing this 35 years. I just stomped the nigga backstage. Always wanted to do that. Nigga, I'm back there squeezing this nigga too. Niggas, I seen Busta Rhymes there on it. It's like, that's how you do it, God. Hey, yo, where Busta at? Busta, yo, what's up, Busta? Where Busta at?
Busta Rhymes is there.
Yeah.
Everybody compose yourselves.
Compose yourself.
I wanted this to be a peaceful moment, and I'm sure now it is.
Anyway, all right. So I guess. Here, that's the clip I'm looking for. Chris Rock came out and had a perfectly timed
Yeah.
Will Smith joke.
So they're chasing him off the stage now.
Was that Will Smith?
Yeah.
It's so perfectly timed that you're just like, wow.
It's
how,
like
how was he
Chris
there?
Rock sees the attack happen. He starts running to the stage.
Now's my
I
chance.
got the perfect joke. I'm not the only one. Will Smith is here too. Anyway, yeah. I guess they recovered pretty well. Like, I think some artists might bounce when that it's a little bit.
He was actually closing the show.
But also
it wasn't the beginning.
But I just, you watch it from a distance and you think, like I tackled, of course he's going to get beat up. You got nothing to worry about. But it's freaky because the guy could have anything.
Of course.
The guy had access to him in that moment. He could have killed him.
Yeah.
Right? He could have had a weapon.
He did have a weapon, right?
He did end up having a weapon. It was like whatever the suggestion was. It was a fake gun that did have a concealed blade in it. I don't know if he pulled it. Apparently, the cops found it after the fact. But still, yeah, there is a weapon there. But I'm just saying, there's some shock with that. As much as you got security and everything else, they're supposed to stop before he gets there. He's not supposed to get there. He's not supposed to make it there. And, he's probably not supposed to have that fake gun either.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different breaches there that have taken place where you're supposed to have the metal detector, step one, and step two, you shouldn't be able to make it on stage. But thank goodness in this case, it doesn't seem like Chappelle was harmed and he bounced back from it. But you got to be looking at your security team and saying, yeah, we're not going to do that again.
Yeah.
We're not letting a guy get right in my face again. Never mind how he looks after the fact. The fact that he got there is the problem.
That's the issue.
Absolutely, that's the issue.
No, I totally agree.
There's people out there that are just they got their own. What can you say? Like they're a little off, a little disturbed, or I don't know in this guy's case what the motivation is. It's hard to know what the motivation is.
Yeah. It's hard to justify.
You might never know. The cops aren't even going to. No one's going to know. What's the incentive for him? He got beat up. Is he trying to launch a career now? Is he the guy who tackled? What is he going to go on Instagram? And he's the guy who.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's an up for him here.
So. Anyway.
Yeah.
Chappelle's okay. Everybody's okay. It's what a strange occurrence. 2022 though. You got Jamie Foxx in the back and Chappelle beating a guy up who charged the stage, got on stage, didn't have a gun but had a knife shaped as a gun. What? And then
what is this world?
And then Chris Rock happens to be there to make the Will Smith joke that everybody in the crowd needed somebody to make.
It's such perfect timing. It's crazy.
But I don't know. What do you guys think? I think the main thing here is, do you think that what happened here has anything to do with the publicity around Will Smith? Is there any fragment of connection?
Yeah.
Obviously, if the joke is there and it works so well, then other people were thinking it.
Right.
So.
Well, I think the connection is, I'm just going to assume, we don't know, but I'm going to assume this guy didn't like a joke that Dave Chappelle said. Or he didn't like something that Dave Chappelle said.
So he didn't plan on doing it? He didn't plan on going there to rush the stage?
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. The gun would make me feel like the plastic toy gun or whatever it is. Feels like maybe he did plan, but even then, why is that the weapon you choose? You know what I mean? Like a...
Maybe the guy just carries that around with him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if he's just upset with something Will or Dave Chappelle said, then it's exactly like the same Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. Just because somebody says something you don't like doesn't mean you default to physical abuse.
I got Star Wars Lego update. Apparently, there's an Ultimate Collector's Edition Millennium Falcon, which is actually over 5,000 pieces. That's probably the one I'm talking about.
That's the one you're thinking about?
That must be the one that I'm thinking about. 5,000 pieces and it's $900 or $1,000. I see it on Amazon Canada, $8.99. This is the one I need you to do, Mo. Okay.
Okay.
I'll
order it.
I'll pay for it, but we're gonna time lapse.
Okay, that's a fun video.
The whole thing,
Right.
so that we see all the frustration.
Well, I'm sure that already kind of exists. I'm sure somebody's done
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Somebody's done it, but it's not that many.
Yeah, okay.
And, I mean, think about it, right? It's quite an undertaking.
Yeah.
5,000 piece. Wait, that says 7,541. That says 7,000 piece. Man, they keep upgrading it every time. They're like, and they all. I
16
like
plus
that they
age.
put 16 plus
Yeah.
because they're like, listen, kids, don't buy this.
No.
Kids,
Yeah.
I know you think it's cool, but get the hell away from this.
Look at this guy. What is he doing?
This is for old men like Mo. Yeah.
Wow, it looks really intense inside. Wait, Will, can you scroll up? Is that like the inside of the spaceship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Up a bit? Right there.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
like hallways
it's
and
real.
stuff.
It's got everything.
It's not just like
It's
more Lego inside?
It's a
like
replica.
designed?
It's a replica.
Wow.
A replica of what the ship would actually be like with
Oh,
blueprints.
this will take me a lot longer.
Yeah,
Get
it's
it for 'em, Lou.
It's like blueprints, man. It's like
Wow, that's so crazy.
You're building a miniature Millennium Falcon.
That's insane. And it comes with a keychain? Is that what it said underneath?
Sure, yeah.
Well,
if you
I mean,
want that.
you can show everybody.
That's
It's
kinda
the
cool.
Mandalorian plaque thing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, anyway, Mo was 22 yesterday. He's 42 today. That's how it works around here. All right. Depending on your mood on a particular day, you can head in the 20-year
Yeah.
direction, myself included.
Yeah.
When Vin shows up, he's only
Like we feel much younger
When
he's here.
Vin's around, I'm a baby.
exactly.
Yeah.
When Vin shows up like Yoda.
Yeah.
with
I open a TikTok account and everything.
Did you see the last time he was here how long it took him to sit down just to arrange himself in front of that seat? We could have run an ad break. It was an entire ordeal just to get himself down.
Yeah.
For anyone wondering, the guy's only 37 years old. But his movements are that of like a 67-year-old.
Yeah, I know.
He is the world's youngest old man by far. And it's not even close.
Oh, man.
Or oldest young man, whatever way you
funny.
want to put it. Yeah, so anyway, Razer Blade 15 will be the first laptop with a 240 hertz OLED screen. High contrast and speedy refresh rates are no longer mutually exclusive. This was the thing you had to choose from. You had to be like, I'll take max refresh, competitive MLG gamer, or I love the way OLED looks and I want to watch movies and I want to have an enhanced experience for all the other things. And then so you would pick OLED. I guess they found a way to cram both things into one display, which is good. The company plans to update the Blade 15 with an option for what it says is the first 240 hertz OLED laptop display. You'll get the high responsiveness that can provide an edge in multiplayer games, but you'll still have a color accurate 1440p panel. All right, so resolution is good too. With deep contrast, there'll be a few compromises. The 240 hertz panel isn't particularly bright at 400 nits. Are you gaming in daylight?
Yeah, just
You're gaming
don't have
in your
windows.
cave.
Yeah, exactly. In your basement.
We all know where you game. Don't lie. Dark corner.
Yeah.
My dark gaming corner. You won't want to work in bright sunlight then. And while the risk of burn-in that comes with OLED isn't as high as it used to be, this might not be your best choice if you regularly work with static content like photos. And if you thought it would be expensive, you guessed correctly. Yeah. Oof. It'll arrive in the fourth quarter of this year for 35 hundos. 32 gigs of RAM, 12 Gen Core i9, RTX 3070, 1 TB SSD. That's the package, at least, that they're speccing out right there. Okay, yeah, good stuff. Maybe we'll check it out. I'm a big OLED guy. I do less gaming than ever in my entire life, but I don't mind every so often doing it. However, the OLED is a thing that you enjoy all the time, no matter what you're doing on the laptop. You just enjoy the display. So
Yeah, it's so nice.
to have that option is nice. But like he said, it's going to be a premium price for it.
What's the size of the screen?
15.
15. Oh, so it's on the bigger end. It's nice.
Yeah, like a MacBook Pro scale for scale. But I think kind of the optimal gaming laptop is 15. And I know there are other sizes that you can choose, but it's that benefit drawback situation.
Right. It's right in the middle.
It's kind of the perfect range. I mean, much in the same way that when it comes to monitors, you can have monitors that are kind of too big for gaming on your desk.
Right.
It's not always bigger is better. It's not always smaller is better. There's kind of, you figure out the optimal, because the majority of games, there's shared characteristics in games, particularly like a first-person shooter or something. Your ability for your eyes to make their way across the screen, advantages in some cases to having a slightly smaller display. I learned this if I ever try to play on like a big, like a TV or something.
Right. You gotta look.
That's me.
You gotta go.
That's me.
Yeah,
my neck hurts just thinking. It's like when Will Do goes to the movie theater and then he goes in the front row.
Is that your move, Will?
I know. It drives me nuts.
No. Yeah, there's no way.
No, we talked about it before.
Okay.
He's with you. He likes to sit like near the back.
Yeah.
But I won't go all the way to the back like you go.
No, 4 rows from the back.
No, that's the back.
Okay, that's the back for you?
4 rows. You gotta be dead center in the movie theater. Like when he goes to book the ticket.
Oh, you're a sound guy?
Yes, I'm not you a sound guy. Are you a sound guy? You believe this?
You offended him.
I'm a full immersion at all times.
Yeah, you and Vin.
Yeah, no, you can't. All your the channels are all mixed up. You're just getting the rears all the time, sitting at the back. Get out of here with all that. Well, I went to the IMAX where they do all the IMAX stuff over there in
Markham?
no,
Vaughn.
no, Mississauga. I don't know. They have IMAX has their offices, their Canadian thing over here.
Yeah, it was Mississauga.
Yeah, and you would have an optimal position. They would discuss, and tell you where the optimal experience is in the movie theater.
Right.
And then you would sit there, and you would never forget, and you would continue to attempt to sit there. Sporting events is more complicated.
You want to be right up front.
Well, but it's arguable what is the optimal seating position.
Right. I mean,
depending on what you're looking for, what you like to watch type of thing. So there's arguments here. What do you got next for us, Will? This looks like...
No, I'm just browsing myself. I can't find a good image for it, but...
Where were you going, though?
What were you looking for?
With the immersive screens, there's a thing called cerium cylinder. It's a massive, like, circular screen that's like 180 degrees, I think. And I don't know how it works. I think it's like a projector or something. But
so you don't have... Oh, and it looks like it's adjusted for your peripheral vision because it's like stretched
it's
almost.
Warped.
Yeah.
And I think it's mainly for like...
Flight simulators.
Yeah, piloting.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. It's huge. It's like...
Oh, yeah. You need a room for it.
Yeah. I'll get more information and try to get in the studio.
You need a whole
really
room
immersive.
for it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've wanted to do the like legit simulator. I think now that I'm into F1, I'm ready to do the racing simulator again.
Yeah.
Because I was at the rec room and in the midday.
Which one?
In the city after the Jays game.
Right.
You were Lewis Hamilton?
I was the other Lewis H.
Yeah.
I was the other Lewis H. No, but actually, because right after the game, it's mostly young kids in the rec room. And so they just close it off. And they're just like, not working. Do you know what I mean? They don't let you use it. They have like a really high-end simulator, F1 racing simulator.
Okay.
Like I'm talking not tap your bracelet type game. I'm talking a guy has to like set you up. And then,
wow.
Yeah, and you got the actuators.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Is this it?
No, Will's still on his thing. Will's not leaving his thing. But anyway, now that we're getting into the F1, then it's time for us to build another racing simulator.
Okay.
Right on.
And those ones gave me some ideas. The ones that they had at the rec room.
All right.
It's just called rec room, not the rec room. But
I always say the rec room.
Well, because I'm saying, where were you? I was at the rec room. But
yeah.
I mean, I was at rec room, whatever. This is a type of arcade, Dave & Buster's type place.
Yeah.
Owned by Cineplex, getting back, by the way, to the movie theater
Oh, really?
experience. Yeah.
Interesting.
Except they're so understaffed right now.
The rec room?
Rec room.
Rec room. We just talked about it.
They're so understaffed, man. Somebody go work there. The Toronto location. It's fun. I promise.
Not my location.
You play games. They were so understaffed that you couldn't, when you go to get a table to finally eat, you couldn't have a waiter. Now, this is around 4:30 in the afternoon on a weekend. I don't know. That's probably a tougher time.
Yeah.
But you would have to go to, you basically have to get your own food from the bar. You have to order at the bar and then watch the bar to see when it arrives and then go retrieve it yourself. Not ideal.
You got to come to Barrie.
But actually, shout out to all the employees I did interact with because everybody was very cool. So shout out to the downtown rec room location because all the employees I did interact with that were working were awesome. So
That's awesome.
whatever that means.
Yeah.
Mixed reactions as pastor reportedly sues Kanye West for sampling sermon in his song Donda without permission.
Oh my God.
Popular American rapper Kanye West has been taken to court by a pastor in the U.S., David Paul Moten. The lawsuit revealed Kanye is being charged for using a part of a religious sermon in his song Come to Life without seeking permission. This has stirred reactions on social media as many dragged the pastor and questioned if the rapper was not equally spreading the word of God. Well, sometimes. Sometimes I think that's what he's doing.
He tries.
Other times he's doing other things.
Right.
70 seconds of the sermon. Should I recognize this? Would I know? I would know this if I heard this, but you obviously can't play it. Then we'd be sampling the sermon. We'd be getting sued ourselves.
We get the
By
next
the
one.
pastor.
Yeah. TMZ says the pastor is suing UMG Recordings, Def Jam Recordings, and Good Music over the song. Well, you sue them all because somebody's
Right.
going to settle with you and be like, shut up, please. Here's your money. I'm surprised they wouldn't clear it. Wouldn't be too hard, would it? I always feel like these are big operations that they could just, so many people working there, you'd be like, go clear the sample.
Yeah.
Someone would do it. But then again, when he was doing the Donda stuff, it seemed like everything was changing every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
To like, now he's in the stadium in Atlanta living there.
Yeah. Finishing
And
his song. He
the
won't
whole
leave.
record is different than it was before. And you're
Then
just like,
he has beef with Drake.
yeah, I guess it's a moving target, but apparently this sermon amounts for more than 20% of the 5-minute track. That's quite a bit of the sermon.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I don't know.
20% of the track of the final
The
finished
song
product?
is this pastor's sermon. But here's some of the responses. Wow, anything for money. Yeah. Religion can be funny. Isn't it about spreading the word? Spreading the world? The word of God? Spreading to the world, maybe? Why is complaining always like that? Missing words.
Incorrect.
Yeah. You're just the rage. Is it his word or your word? Here's another comment. What happens when people are bored? And another one. What a lame lawsuit. And another one. If true, surely the pastor would turn the other cheek and forgive Kanye. That's like a religious reference. The turning of the cheek. I don't know.
Should be honored. The pastor should be honored.
Yeah, I don't know if the lawyers are going to turn the other cheek on this one. By the way, what is this news source, Will? Legit.ng. Go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
So legit.
Well, it's like TMZ's the source. So I'm guessing,
Yeah.
it is real.
This is a Nigerian website.
Yeah.
I like the fact that your news sources have expanded.
Yeah. I like to keep up to date.
That's pretty
everywhere.
cool. That's pretty cool. It's just, go back, I read in the top right, get the hottest stories from the largest news site in Nigeria. Free subscription. Will he do subscribe?
Nice.
He's not missing whatever those top stories happen to be. Good for you. Ethereum killer Dfinity slaps Facebook's Meta with a logo lawsuit. Ouch. Double lawsuit. Back-to-back lawsuit stories. Yeah, that looks a lot like Meta, but it's also the infinity sign. It's an 8 on its side.
How do you trademark that? The infinity sign.
You know what? The infinity sign is really cool.
It is very cool.
It's way cooler than Apple's loop.
Apple's loop?
You know how Apple loves the loop and infinite loop, and
Oh,
then
right,
their
right,
headquarters
yeah.
is just
Yeah.
a circle?
Uh-huh.
And the infinity sign is cooler than a circle.
Yeah, it's got.
You like it
little
better as
spice.
well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meta made an M out of it, though.
A floppy M.
I'm sure that's how they describe it internally.
So can
You
you make it
talking
more
about-
floppy?
You talking about the floppy M? No, the new logo.
It actually kind of looks depressing. Why can't it flip the other way?
It looks like a sad
Because then it will
face.
look like a W.
It's very like droopy.
Because then it wouldn't be Meta anymore.
Right.
It would be Weta.
Well, do they look similar? What do you guys think?
Yeah, similar, yes. Identical, no. And actually, I like the Definity one better. So you just hang on to it. But Meta's enormous, and Meta's got all their lawyers too, and they go around policing it. They went
Sure.
and stole some social media profiles and other things. When Web2 social media giant Facebook rebranded to Meta, it apparently neglected to run its new logo by Web3 player Definity. The Switzerland-based Definity Foundation, the developer of the internet computer blockchain, has sued Meta for trademark infringement in the U.S. District Court, alleging that the latter's looping logo too closely resembles Definity's infinity symbol. Definity claims in the suit, filed April 29th, Meta and Definity seek to attract the same users, namely those who are looking for an innovative and different user experience created by users for users. Facebook's foray into the metaverse, which brings with it the possibility of NFTs and other Web3 elements, threatens Definity's brand, although the brand is perhaps worth less than before ICP launched in May 2021. Okay, so here's the comparison. There, you just scroll down. I think they're going to be right beside each other. There you go. I don't know. You guys in the comments make the call on what you think about this. I think they're far enough apart. That's my take.
Yeah, different colors as well. I agree.
I think they're far enough apart, but if I had to pick one, I think the Definity one is way cooler. So, and
It
I
also
agree.
has like a 3D kind of aspect to it.
Yes.
This little curve. over
Well,
there.
maybe that's the part they're referencing, because the Meta logo does have a gradient thing happening. It's not different colors, but it gets lighter and darker in order to insinuate the fact that it's looping all the way around.
Yeah.
It's definitely playing on the infinity symbol.
Yeah.
So there is some of that. I don't know. Maybe they have a case. Maybe they'll get a few bucks. That's probably all they want is a few bucks, and then they'll leave it alone. I don't picture the Meta logo changing all that much at this point.
No.
$704,000 Ford GT Heritage ruined because Florida man can't drive stick.
Ooh.
Ow.
Can anybody here drive stick?
The supercar was purchased at Barrett Jackson's Palm Beach auction, which was held less than a month ago. Oh my God, he just got it. The price was $704,000, which is typical for one of these rare beasts. No, I don't drive manual. The straight pipes guys we were gonna do a video
Oh, right,
series.
right, yeah.
Been holding off on it. It's so funny because
It's not gonna happen.
well, the thing is, it's going it's going more away from manual. Like I'm getting these electric cars and whatever else. It's like they barely have a. I mean, the Tesla has one gear. Go. The gear is go, and that's about it. According to the police report, the driver, 50-year-old Robert J. Guarini, crashed because he was unfamiliar with how to drive stick shift and lost control of the car during a downshift into second gear. I don't know, just hit the brakes. He's got the right color on it too. That's the color you're supposed to get
So cool.
on there. There's some conflicting information between what Guarini told the police and what he told Road and Track. On the phone to the publication, he says the incident happened during an upshift from first to second gear, not a downshift. I don't want people to think I was racing 90 miles per hour. I was going 35 miles an hour. In addition to the manual massacre, Guarini also said that the car was on old tires, was freshly detailed, and that the road was muddy. Whatever really happened, the results are the same. A supercar with a huge repair bill. The damage is extensive, but not unrepairable. You know where they build those things is right around the corner in Markham. Oh, where they're building the new one. Maybe he needs to get parts or actually have it repaired there. I'm not sure. These cars are so special and so rare.
Right.
You're not just driving this to the local shop. That would be a big problem, though.
Mm-hmm.
They're $1 million cars, and in his case, they're not making any more. Well, They're always very limited, but when you got a 2006 or whatever it was, they're extremely limited.
The heritage
Editions, especially
with the colors.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a real GT car. The number on the side and everything. I mean, it's a really cool car. And yeah, you want to, maybe when you're learning the stick shift, you don't start with the $1 million.
No.
What do you think, Mo?
Everybody says, like, start with a really bad car.
And maybe if you have the budget for that, you can go just pick up any beater.
Yeah,
just
pick up a Civic on the way to
on the
picking
way,
up-
on the way over, and become confident on the manual transmission. Wow, sucks.
Yeah.
Has Ferrari blacklisted Justin Bieber from buying new supercars? Ooh, I like these type of stories. Ferrari,
I think this was Vin's
Ferrari
story.
has.
is this
before.
Vin?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's give him a round of applause. Every so often,
Vin, well done.
this is a good.
well done,
This
Vin.
is a good story.
Turned it around.
This is a good story with a headline that's easy to read. Ferrari is notoriously intense about its brand name and its image and its logo, or they won't even probably want to call it that. I just got blacklisted from
Right. It's done.
buying
for you.
Ferraris. There was the story in the past about Deadmau5. He had the
He wrapped his car, right?
and then he put the Nyan Cat all over it, and then he changed the logo. I think when he changed the emblem, they flipped.
Yeah.
When he changed to a cat, I think. I don't know what it was that put it over the top, but he actually got sued for things he did with his own car.
Yeah.
That's nutty. And I was
it's so
thinking, I
crazy.
remember at the time being like, that is the worst experience ever.
Right. It's a bad move on the company
Like,
as well.
this
you
is
would
on
think.
social media now, and people are going to, but same time, they have a whole different customer base
Yeah.
that is
They
strict
love-
themselves, and they would read that and be like, that's why I'm a Ferrari man.
Yeah.
I buy forever now. You patrol the image of Ferrari for my own sake.
There's a lot of pride in owning a Ferrari.
It is, man. In it's a history, pride and history, and motorsport and F1 and everything else. And it's still a small company, Ferrari, unlike others that have been absorbed into larger automakers. Ferrari's still doing it on its own. And so that's another component in this whole thing. But anyway, everyone knows that they're pretty strict around who gets first dibs on ordering, especially limited models or special models.
I like this quote. You don't choose Ferrari. Ferrari chooses you.
Damn! Ferrari ownership is strictly controlled by Ferrari from the moment you decide on buying a car to that in which already in possession of it. You must make considerations to purchase another one. To put it simply and to paraphrase, you don't choose Ferrari, Ferrari chooses you, and usually you feel lucky to be a part of the privileged few. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Who did we have on the show was saying something, not to this extent, but it was Carl Conrad. He was on here and he was saying that they were kind of giving him a little resistance at Porsche to try to get a GT3. And they're like, you probably need to buy a few more of the, you probably need to be in the family a little bit longer.
Really? Wow.
If you want one of those. And
Earn your stripes almost.
is it a commitment level? Is it like a long-term relationship you have to have with these things? It's all very, I was over there in the dealership maybe a week ago.
Okay.
And by the way, they asked about Willie Doo's Bronco.
they?
Now with this update,
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going to happen when they find out about the Tesla. The craziest part, I went to the dealer, but I pulled up in the Model S Plaid at that moment. That's what I was
Okay,
driving.
right.
And they're like, what's going on here?
Oh, no. Well, I kind of get
Not
that.
to that extent. But you understand.
Yeah.
And
Hey, you got to park out back.
I mean, the funny thing was the Taycan was looking so good on set, just sitting
Yeah.
in the warehouse over there.
Man, people are loving it in the chat, too.
It was like, I don't want to, but I love to drive it, so I took it out, and that's what I'm driving now. But anyway, I'm in there, and where was I going with this? I was going somewhere with this.
Ferrari Carl Conrad was
Specialty.
was saying that he had to. You don't know if it's tears or if it's a commitment or if it's about heritage.
Yeah, but I guess the part I was trying to get at is just it's like there's like a family atmosphere to it. It's like, oh, you're with us.
Right,
You're in our, and even more so maybe than tech. Because we were talking about loyalty and allegiance and things like that in tech previously.
In tech, if it's better, it's
Oh,
better.
this is where I was going to go with it. They were telling me that at the moment, if somebody wanted to buy my car, and they were being honest, they were saying it's a 2-year wait.
Wow.
Your build would be 2 years later. And because of that, because of the delay and shortage, people don't even know what they're buying. Because it'll be a totally different model. You may have totally different features. There's not even a point to spec it out. So you would just say, yeah, I'm on the list for 2 years from now. So they're in a position where the supply is so low that they can behave that way, at least on certain vehicles. I guess other vehicles they make that are at a lower price point, you can't really behave that way. You need to get those things delivered, right? Because that's more of a volume thing as opposed to a margin thing. The margins go up as the prices go up, and you can start to play games with that customer base to an extent. I mean, I'm not even saying games. It's just like, they know
strategy.
They know for a fact. They took me in a basement over there. They're like, oh, here's a GT3. We're only going to get 6 or whatever it was. That's it. So how do they decide who gets this? They got more than 6 people that were willing to buy them.
For sure. Yeah.
In the chat, Boxing Therapy says get the Tesla because he works at the Bronco factory. So he says wait for the next generation.
Whoa.
Wait a sec.
Some insider information.
We need this guy on the show. Does he actually work at the factory? We'll have him on the show if it's true. If he can prove to us that he works at the factory.
Yeah, come email me.
Email Will. We're not lying. Like, if you have insight in the factory, we want to know what's going on. No trolling around here, guys. This is the community, all right? We trust one another. We trust one another in the community. Anybody with that level of insight, I'm not even lying, we'll have you on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If you worked in the Bronco facility or for Ford or whatever, we'll have you on. I guess we can also just do that on our own. We could talk to people at Ford.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway,
It's still fun.
It's cool because it is the community. So we got to respect. Anyway, Italian media reports indicate the Marquis will no longer sell to the Canadian pop star over violations of its ownership terms. Now, what did he do to his Ferrari to cause a problem, Will? Did he skin it or something?
Yeah.
Was it chrome? If you didn't know, Ferrari won't sell the cars to just anyone. Not only do you have to have the cash, but if you want to put a prancing horse in your stable, you got to agree to treat it like the special. See,
Wow, look at this, the way they talk about it.
I can't. Will, you can't make me read articles that are written that way. Thanks to the magic of Google Translate, the Bieber-based rumor noted that Italian publication Il Giornale is making its way to the pop star's home country. According to the reports, Ferrari wasn't happy with Bieber's 2015 real-life episode of Dude, Where's My Car? We're referring to the time he famously misplaced his neon blue 2011 Ferrari 458 Italia F1 edition for weeks after a night of partying like a rock star in Los Angeles. This is not behavior becoming of a Ferrari driver, says Ferrari. Whoa.
In 2015. They track all of that.
Oh, I should just say, by the way,
This is so long ago.
Sorry, I just have to say this right now. For the person that we suggested come on the show and talk about building Broncos.
Yeah.
Obviously not if it risks anything for you in your employment.
Right.
I just wanted to put that out there because I think people were like, hey man, he might ruin his job or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
If you have an NDA or there's certain things you can't talk about, but whatever. We're just curious folks. We're not trying to do anything. We're curious folks. Right, Will? The brand also wasn't cool with how Bieber drove the vehicle, receiving tickets in Miami and Los Angeles for foolish decisions on the road, aka driving like a jackass. Well, this is their words, not mine. Or how he had it repainted, the aforementioned neon blue by West Coast Customs. That, I think, is what drives them nuts.
Yeah.
I think all the other stuff, I think there's plenty of Ferrari drivers out there
that don't drive nice.
that are being jerks, no problemo, but they hate it when people do style them differently than
he's added pieces to it, too.
Oh, he's added pieces to it. They seem to hate it. It was the same thing with Deadmau5, and Deadmau5 didn't have any of the other stories. He just
skinned it.
defaced it.
Yeah.
It was, his version of, actually Bieber's is more tame. The rap he has, but it looks like he has some around
Rivets?
the fenders there. Yeah, some fake, I don't know if they're real or fake, a body kit or something. They hate these things, Ferraris. The Ferrari people hate, Italians hate these things.
They say,
Well, not
no,
all
we made
Italians.
it perfect.
I'm talking Italians in Italy.
Yeah.
Trust me, I would know. I'm an Italian in Italy. People don't know that's where we're based. No, but okay. I kind of want to visit Italy, actually. I never went there. Vin spent some time there. Vin was there for like a month
should go.
when he was finding himself.
Bring the whole family.
That's a crazy idea.
Bring Vin.
I gotta wait a little bit. No, Vin would go. Are you kidding me? You know how well he fits in over there? The way he moves around on the vineyard.
He won't come
He's
back.
just angry.
Yeah, you know how much red wine he's about to indulge in? How much Italian wine?
He's banning Justin Bieber.
How much Barolo he's about to drink? You know what? It's true. Now, he could go in there and apologize and be like, listen, I'm a changed man. I'm older now. I appreciate Ferrari's history. And I understand now what I've done wrong.
Hey, that's not far off. I believe it.
A full apology, and then he orders whatever he wants.
With the Ferrari High Council.
That's probably an actual thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. They're a small enough company that there's probably like one dude that's like, no more Ferraris for Bieber. And it's like some old Italian dude.
Like
and
a
he's just
Godfather looking.
he's surrounded in leather.
Yes.
It's just you walk into his office, the smell of leather is potent. You get hungry being in that office, and you're like, why am I so it's leather and espresso. That's what's going on in there.
Espresso. No whiskey or anything like that?
No, I picture the Ferrari boss is more on the caffeine side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's quick.
Sure. Yeah.
He's quick. Did you watch Ford versus Ferrari, the movie?
I did. Loved it. It was great.
When they go to the Ferrari office, it's like in a little village, and damn, dude, makes me want a Ferrari. I see something like that.
Yeah, very classy.
But also just small and artisan.
Yes.
They're like the small bakery.
And yet they produce like the coolest, fastest cars.
Well, fastest. But yeah. They're,
Pinnacle of like
they're
speed.
leading F1 right now. Their guy is, I should say. Are you following Leclerc?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not Max. I haven't been following.
Oh, okay. Maybe
not this
it
season.
might have flipped. I don't think so, though. I think he's still up there.
Okay.
People are yelling at us. They're screaming. People are also upset that I've got pants on today. They're missing the. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna get warmer.
You got a
out.
taste, and then they can't go back.
Don't worry, guys.
The comment section of yesterday's video.
These legs, they'll be back. Don't you
it's
worry.
the hoodie as well. You got the
it's so
cream
conflicting.
Well, that's the thing is I'm saying that's a Canadian special, right? That's a Tim Hortons special right there. That's how weird it is to be a Canadian. Is that it actually
Shorts and sweater makes sense.
makes sense. That's how strange our weather is here, where you're like, you know what? That's a reasonable outfit for the day.
Somebody said unpants therapy.
Well, explain what your dog's doing to me here.
You got him riled out with the no pants.
Even just him hearing the word pants, he's like, I remember that yesterday as I cozied up to those hairy legs. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, stop.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, no, it's Pantlu today. 100-year-old man breaks Guinness World Record for working at the same company for 84 years. So he's 100, which is good enough. You make it to 100, it's good enough.
Yeah.
But then
The
He
loyalty.
84 years.
He could be the Ferrari guy.
He's high council?
Oh, he could be, yeah.
He's a shot caller.
That's right. That might be where he's working.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it says he's in Brazil. He broke the world record for longest tenure at the same company. 80. That's a good question because some people aren't they born into a company? But then you got to make it long enough. You got to live long enough.
The company's got to make it long enough too.
A lot of things have to happen now that you say that.
Yeah. And what job? do you
Yeah,
have
that's
for
what
84?
you need to click on this because we need to find out, or maybe you can do it via scrolling
Yeah, I
here.
figured it's one of the scrolling ones.
Orthman was born 1922 in the Brazilian town of Brusque. He started working at 15 to help his family with financial issues. Okay. Hired as a shipping assistant for the textile company Indústrias Renault SA, now known as Renault View. He was soon promoted to a sales position and then became a sales manager, a post he has held ever since. So textiles is the key.
He moved up ranks and just
You
stayed.
need to be selling textiles, Mo.
That's
the
an
key
85.
to an 84-year tenure. But you're right. The company has to keep growing and doing well in order to secure the position. And then you have to have the health that gets you to 100. You know, the other thing that's key is you don't want to retire. Most people would have just said, I've been here, I'm 100. Like, most people don't want to work until they're 100.
I didn't even click that in.
He's still at the desk.
Yeah.
A lot of 100-year-olds are like, I'm going to take a little time to myself at this point.
His job must be pretty low, not demanding.
Either that or he's sharp still.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people 20 years ago would have been like, some people try to retire 65 years, 70 years old. I'm not saying he would. It's not in this guy's blood to retire at that point.
No.
But even 80, you'd be like, 20 years ago, you could have been on vacation for 20 years. He's like, no, I'm good. I like.
No, I'll do another 20.
I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
And some people make the argument that when you have like an agenda, when you have stuff to get
drive,
done,
motivation.
maybe it extends things a little bit.
Right.
So long as you're not too stressed about it and you got a healthy balance with it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just on a leather and espresso thing, just like the Ferrari guy. I don't know. Maybe that's the magic. Maybe that's where the magic comes from.
Well, there's a lot of
Red wine or
inspiration
something.
coming from this guy because it's just pure consistency. All the ups and downs of his life and the company's life.
True.
It's quite a big bucket of wind.
Good stuff.
Some would say.
You know what? Congrats.
Yeah.
Did you want me to reference your big bucket of wind? Is that?
I thought you were going to.
I can if you
but
want.
No.
Okay.
What is
Let's
it?
just,
Willie Doo went out. He decided to walk on the wire a little bit.
Okay.
And I didn't reel him back in. And then he was like, where the hell's my reel in?
I'm out here in the open, boys.
I was like, no, you can have that. Keep going.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's all yours, Will.
His advice is when we do what we like, we don't see the time go by.
Yeah, he is
Lovely.
he is absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
He is absolutely right about that. Way to go.
Well, congrats.
And he likes textiles.
That's right. Nike's official Hello Kitty sneakers are perfect. Just perfect.
End of story.
That's it. No need for an article. They'll be out next month and should be easier to get a hold of than the infamous 2004 collaboration. Look at these collabs Nike put. They got something for everybody, don't they?
I kind of actually like
No,
these.
it's weird that I was thinking when I read the headline but didn't fully see the sneaker, I pictured something that would be impossible to wear.
Yeah.
But actually, as you say, they've somehow downplayed the kiddiness
Right.
a little bit. Granted, I still wouldn't wear it, but it's not that far off. But I don't know anything about Hello Kitty either.
But
so
you
I,
like
I
this
would-
color.
I would feel like a major imposter if I was like, I got those new Hello Kitties.
Right.
And people
And
are
to
like,
call them
and
Hello
And
Kitties.
people are like, you big on that Hello Kitty? I'd be like, I don't know anything about it. It's a cat. I don't
Check out my kitties.
cat Japan. Like I don't know. Like I just be honest about it.
Would you get it if it was a skull emoji instead of cats?
Oh hell yeah! And I didn't need to know anything about the lore.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
this was
are
an
different.
old collaboration.
that one's
It feels older
also
too.
cool. The shoe is a Presto. I don't mind the shoe. I don't really. It's a little tight on the top of my foot. That shoe. It's one of these slide it in and pretend the laces are doing something. But it's a classic silhouette, as they say in the sneaker realm. They've been rumored for a while now, and were first thought to be a long overdue public release of the 2004 collaboration. Oh, they thought they were just going to re-release it. A wider drop. Ended up landing in the hands of just a few dozen lucky friends and family. Oh, okay. Last time around, super limited. possibly less limited this time. Okay, that one, now we're in the territory.
Oh.
I need a few less cat heads, and then we're there.
Well, that could be just a pattern, you know,
Okay.
at a glance. So it's not too bad.
Okay, well,
It's only
think
when
this
you
is
really
you.
stare at it. It's like, hey, that's Hello Kitty.
okay. Is anyone here like familiar with the Hello Kitty thing? Does anyone know what we need to know about it?
I have no idea.
Was it a show? Is it just merch? Like,
It's everything. It's like a mascot.
Okay.
here we have an update from Jesse. He says, in the past 2 days, Chrome removed all super chat and super sticker options. I had to reopen Safari like a psycho and then also use a VPN to finally make the buttons return. What, WTF, anyone else have these issues? Okay, you guys let us know. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know.
That's no good.
Definitely not good. So Hello Kitty 30-year anniversary. Is that what it just said up there? Scroll up. Hello Kitty Air Presto was part of a project to celebrate the character's 30th anniversary was in 2004. Man, see, I told you there's Hello Kitty lore. I told you. Initially, according to Smith, the pack was supposed to get a limited but available release, but ultimately only an estimated 12 pairs of each colorway made their way to friends and family. Oh, God, those must be worth a lot of money.
Oh, wow. He's right. I'm on Chrome and there is no super chat or sticker button.
Interesting. Very interesting. Here we have Connor sending via Chrome. It must be some kind of Chrome update. Something's gone haywire here. Anyway.
Let me refresh.
Here's the new 2022 collab. A new design featuring a blue colorway and cutest of all, a custom heel cup that features Hello Kitty's face and trademark bow. All right, Will. You going for this or what? You rocking this? Will you be rocking this?
Sadly, no.
You will not. Okay.
But I do like the color. Color's nice.
Yeah. I mean, Hello Kitty, the fact that Hello Kitty is older than we are, that feels weird. Because Hello Kitty, and I guess that's the thing about creating characters, they're young forever, Will.
Yeah.
Hello Kitty
They
never
don't
gets
age.
Hello Kitty never gets old.
Yeah.
So
They also have merch.
one day I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of it and I'm gonna dive into it.
Into the Hello Kitty?
I mean, it's not gonna take me that long. It's gonna be an hour.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm gonna at least have a brief, like an overview of what's going on with this Hello Kitty.
Okay.
That's all I need, Will. I can't keep this blind spot because I know it's gonna come up again. I'm gonna live long enough. I'm gonna be here for 84 years. And it's gonna come up again. Update. The shoes and accompanying line of clothes are actually out on May 27th, not May 2nd, as originally reported. In the meantime, Nike has released some official images of both the shoe and its smaller sizes and clothing that features t-shirts, hoodies, and matching track pants. It's a full look. Okay. Even the footbeds. Even the box, the coolest part. The problem, these are so collector. Do you even wear it? You just
No.
keep, oh my.
Oh, look at the.
I might have to get that for my daughter. I might have to get
Yeah,
that.
I think you will.
There's
Yeah.
a baby one.
They're so stubby.
There's a baby one.
There's something about baby shoes that are just...
Damn. And Willie Doo might wear that one right there.
Yeah.
The PJs.
All of us are just wearing Hello
I don't
Kitty
know.
merch.
I don't know. Maybe.
Those comfy.
Well, Nike obviously watch this show, so they can. So does Hello Kitty. We can send it over to choose to.
Cool.
Guy on a bike tries to rob someone, but realizes it's his friend. Oh, that is weird. That is a weird moment.
I guess criminals have friends.
This is quite funny.
That is a weird moment. Comes around the corner on a little moped.
He... Oh my God.
Gives them a hug.
Wow.
And then what? Shout outs his friend to...
The guy's just waiting there. He's just looking at like ATM or something.
Yeah, it looks like an ATM.
Lord. Yo, did that awkward moment, regular people, non-criminals, already have an awkward moment of like fist bump, handshake, hug.
It's just a human.
They just had a gun.
Yeah.
Gun, fist bump, handshake, hug.
Yeah.
But the guy didn't even react that much, the victim. He's like, oh, hey, what's going on?
I mean, he was scared a little bit. Some people are saying it's staged. I mean, it's
It
possible.
could be.
It's
I'm noticing there's a dog there that's not reacting at all.
well, they got like street dogs. Then
Oh, okay.
it's possible. I don't think that dog belongs to anybody. Maybe it does. But yeah, where's the dog right now?
There
Oh,
he is,
there.
just
Oh, he gets
sitting.
up. He gets up. He's like, what? And he's like, nah, nothing.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's funny.
Just continuing crimes. Just
We'll go get someone else. It's like a video game. You just
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto. On to the next one. Let's see what the top comment is, though. Oh, you little trickster, you. You almost got me. Now go ruin someone else's night, you little devil. No worries, bud. We'll just go rob the blind lady down the street instead. See you at Taco Tuesday. The blind lady is buying. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are some real consequences. Obviously, there's.
Sure.
Of course.
It's funny, but also terrifying.
Yeah. But also don't do this.
Thanks, Mo. But also, you don't do this. That was like Dad Mo came out. But also, don't do it.
This is how I talk to my kids.
Don't do it.
With the finger.
But also,
Don't do it.
don't do. You don't do.
Sounds like a Key and Peele sketch.
You don't do. You don't do. I prefer moving trees rather than cutting them. This machine, manufactured by Dutchman Industries, helps a lot. We're going to see a tree preparing to be relocated as opposed to being cut down.
You may like this one.
I love it already. This is, oh, baby.
Whoa.
Oh, baby. I'll take it. I'll take two. I'll take two. Look at how smooth. Oh, I might need to do this. I might actually have. I
You
might,
got trees?
I might need to do this. I mean, I'm not going to buy the machine, but I need somebody who has this machine.
Yeah. Oh, and then look, he puts it in place. What? And like, I'm guessing cutting off the roots doesn't. You're still good with the tree?
Well, you have the major portion of the roots because of the shape of the scoop.
I'm guessing this is still like
Then they can re-engage.
well, it's not a young tree, but it's kind of
Yeah.
engineered to
For a certain age group, a
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I
it
have-
also digs the hole too, right?
And so
Yeah.
smoothly.
Yeah, to put it
Yeah.
back down. I know.
And it's
It's
the
like
perfect
nothing. It's like
size.
nothing
Yeah.
ever happened.
Yeah.
Okay, some caveats. You need a tree that's in a location this truck can easily get to. You see how everything's really flat here? There's a lot of tree locations that this is probably not going to be ideal for. Hello Kitty update. Hello Kitty communications director notes that Hello Kitty has no mouth, so people can project their feelings onto the character to be happy or sad together.
Wow.
Hello Kitty has no mouth because that's where the emotions are, I guess. That's why you said Meta's logo is sad. It looks like a frowning mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that was just a quick update. That's the community right there coming through for us.
Of course.
Will, get out of there, Will. Get out of there, you. I love it. I'll take two. That thing probably costs, what do you think? A couple $100,000 at least.
No.
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
Say like
For the device, I'm saying, to own it.
$50K.
Oh, get out of here.
His Tesla.
Get out of here. You know how much money you could make relocating trees?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Think about how much you could bill each time. Dude, you'd be amazed. Like sometimes I would have a tree. I got a tree that got hit by lightning,
Yeah.
and it was dangerous. It was going to go over. We had to get it cut down because it was like hanging by a thread. The main big tree I'm talking. I don't remember what I paid, but it was way more than you think it would be just to get the tree cut down. Well, some people would be like, just cut it down on your own. But obviously,
But this is relocating. This is
look at
better
this. We
than
can buy
cutting
it. We
down.
can buy. Dutchman Industries
We
sold.
can buy.
They're being sold out of Pickering, Ontario.
Pickering.
I mean, I don't want to call them up, and I don't know that we can. I don't know if they're going to put the price online there. And there's different sizes. Tree spades. Go to used. Prices in US dollars. Go. They say prices in US dollars, and there's
These
no
are
price.
not the ones though.
Not the one. They're close. I mean, they're not as pretty. They're not as big as what we
Maybe
saw
let's
before.
just try this one.
Call for pricing. Yeah, of course you're gonna do that to us. How dare you?
I think it's around. It's not over 100. I don't.
Well,
think.
you need the truck too, though. Like it was a specialized.
yeah.
It was well. What do you mean? The way it got lifted up onto the truck was a
Oh,
specialized
I thought you were
method.
talking about the mechanism.
Well, I don't have a truck. I need the truck too, Will. I can't. Or a tractor, I guess.
A Caterpillar.
This guy has it mounted on the front of a tractor. I guess but it depends also on the size and the size of the tree you want to do. So, anyway, you thought I was just going to put it on the Raptor?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
All right, last one.
Last one, using water as a shield to put out fire. Shield to put out fire. Okay.
Yeah. So at first, this clip, you don't really know what's creating the fire. It's actually a gas tank that's just vertical, and it's like pushing out the fire. So
Okay.
for anyone who
Go ahead.
is curious.
Oh, I see what they mean by shield.
Well, he can get closer to it. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. It is really like a shield.
Yeah, that's cool, eh?
Whoa. Whoa.
And you just
Yeah.
twist the knob.
Well, this is a very specific use case.
Yeah.
If you happen upon a canister that's burning openly like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it still requires some nice technique, some fire hose technique.
Yeah, he's going
Yeah.
off to the side a little bit.
And he's feeling heat, and he's still got all the gear on, which is key.
Mm-hmm.
But the water certainly made his life a lot easier.
When
Yeah,
he
it's
switches
literally
into
a
like,
shield.
You guys ever held a fire hose before when it's actually going?
not when it's going.
If you notice the way he has to handle it, it's so much pressure that it's like, feel like you're wrangling an animal.
Right.
And so it's kind of tough to be precise. But yeah,
And it's not something that he can extinguish with the hose. So he actually uses the water to.
well, I
create a
actually
force
think if
field.
he hit the canister with the full force of the hose without
It would
the
knock it
spray,
over,
yeah, exactly, he'd have a bigger problem. It'd be rolling around.
Yeah.
So he had to hit it with a very specific type of approach,
Wow.
which he did.
Yeah.
And somebody says holding a fire hose is like riding an anaconda.
Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of feel like that for a moment. I mean,
Yeah.
anacondas
You'd imagine.
a little scarier, but. Wasn't there a movie, Anaconda? I remember the movie Anaconda came out, and I was like, this snake's that big? I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to look it up, I feel like.
Right.
Because it came out with a movie, Anaconda, and it looked like a giant snake. And you're like, is this a real one? Go, let's just get a size on Anaconda real quick. On the way out of here. Just a little update, we need to get to the bottom of it,
Ice Cube.
Size comparison, okay. Yeah. All right. So listen, you got to look that up because you just can't even believe it. You're like, what is that?
That's 10 men.
Yeah. Go to that chart of different snakes compared. What?
I don't want to see any of these snakes.
So the green anaconda is the third one down, but look at Titanoboa.
Get out of here.
Get out. Oh, you're not a big snake guy.
I actually like snakes, but this is too big.
Oh, you like the smaller snakes.
Yeah.
The little ones. The little cute ones. So if you go to those reptile places and they go with the large boa and they put it on your shoulders, you don't like?
No, those ones are reasonable.
You like.
I don't. I like. Yeah.
They put it on Mo's like, I like. They're like, somebody take that off real quick. I like. Snakes are weird. Like, it's one of the few animals that people try to wear.
Right, like on stage. And
Like,
stuff.
remember that Britney Spears moment, the live performance? You just got a snake on. I guess you can have a snake on, or you can have a parrot on your shoulder as a pirate.
Or like a monkey.
Is he going to stay put?
He's not gonna stay put.
He's not going to stay put. I guess the snake, you got to kind of keep working with it as well.
Right.
Because it's going
just
like
hoping.
it's constantly going like that, and you never think about how
back up.
how frustrating it is to be a snake pet. Like
Oh,
be
to
a
be
snake
the
as a pet.
snake?
You're constantly going a direction, and somebody just restarts you, and then you go again, and then they restart, and then you go again, and then they restart.
It just seems silly to do that to begin with. Like a moving scarf.
That's right. That's right. That's constantly trying to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you to everybody who joined today. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody for the super chats, whoever was capable of leaving one. Thank you to Mo and to Will for making CNN Plus possible in the absence of the actual CNN Plus. This is a totally different version. It's the version you asked for. It's the version you love. Yeah. Lovely day. Lovely remainder of the week ahead. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.